That uncomfortable, swollen feeling after a normal meal can catch you off guard, especially when it starts happening more often than it used to. One day you're eating the same foods you always have, and the next your stomach feels heavy, tight, or strangely unsettled. For many people after 50, moments like this quietly raise questions. Is this just aging? Is something changing inside the body? Or is it a sign that digestion isn't working the way it once did? What often gets missed is that digestion naturally evolves over time. Subtle shifts in how the gut moves, how pressure builds, and how the body handles meals can all affect how you feel, without meaning anything is wrong or dangerous. Still, that uncertainty can be frustrating and even a little worrying. If these sensations sound familiar, you're definitely not alone. Many people notice similar changes, but don't always get clear, reassuring explanations. You can share what you've noticed in the comments. Sometimes just putting it into words helps. And stay with me. Because once you understand what's really behind these everyday digestive changes, the rest of this conversation starts to make a lot more sense. That heavy, uncomfortable feeling after a meal can quietly change the way a day unfolds. It might start as mild pressure, a sense of fullness that lingers longer than expected, or a tightness that makes you pause and wonder what's going on inside your body. Over time, these moments can become more noticeable, especially as the years go by, and it's natural for questions to creep in. Is this just what getting older feels like now? Or is there something deeper happening? For many adults, especially after 50, digestive discomfort becomes a common part of daily life. Bloating, gas, and that weighed down feeling don't always show up suddenly. They tend to arrive gradually, almost quietly, until one day you realize meals don't feel the way they used to. What's important to understand is that these changes aren't a personal failure, and they're not a sign that your body is breaking down beyond control. They're often linked to natural shifts that happen in digestion over time, influenced by lifestyle, routines, and how the body adapts as it ages. Digestion is a complex process, and it doesn't remain exactly the same throughout life. As we get older, the body can take a little longer to do the same work it once handled effortlessly. Food may move more slowly through the digestive tract. The coordination between the stomach and intestines can change. Even the way the body signals hunger and fullness can feel different. None of this means something is automatically wrong, but it does help explain why certain sensations become more noticeable later in life. Many people describe feeling fuller faster, staying full longer, or experiencing more gas after meals that never caused issues before. These experiences are often tied to what researchers call digestive efficiency. In simple terms, it's how smoothly food is broken down and moved along. When that process slows, food can sit longer in the stomach or intestines, which may increase pressure and lead to bloating or discomfort. Understanding this can be surprisingly reassuring because it shifts the focus away from fear and toward awareness. One sensation that causes particular concern is burning or pressure in the chest or throat. It can feel alarming, especially when it happens after eating or when lying down. What often gets overlooked in these moments is the role that pressure plays inside the digestive system. Gas buildup, delayed emptying of the stomach, and changes in muscle coordination can all contribute to sensations that feel intense, even when they're not dangerous on their own. The body isn't always great at sending clear, calm signals, and that can lead to confusion. This is where anxiety can sneak in. When sensations don't make sense, it's easy to jump to conclusions or assume the worst. But learning how pressure and movement inside the digestive system influence how we feel can reduce that uncertainty. It helps explain why discomfort can come and go, why it may be worse at certain times of day, and why it doesn't always match what we expect based on what we ate. In recent years, public health conversations have increasingly focused on how people manage everyday symptoms. There's growing awareness around the difference between short-term symptom relief and broader digestive support. This isn't about blaming medications or suggesting anyone stop what they've been prescribed. Instead, it's about understanding that many people rely on quick fixes without ever getting clear information about how digestion actually works. That gap in understanding can lead to frustration and repeated cycles of discomfort. Health experts often emphasize the value of informed conversations with healthcare professionals, especially when symptoms are persistent or changing. At the same time, there's recognition that daily habits play a meaningful role in how the digestive system feels from one meal to the next. Simple factors like how fast we eat, how much we move throughout the day, and even how we sit during meals are being discussed more openly in health research and public health education. Eating pace, for example, is something many people don't think about until discomfort shows up. When meals are rushed, the digestive system doesn't always get the signals it needs to prepare properly. Slower, more mindful eating is often explored in research as a way to support digestive comfort, not as a treatment, but as a way of working with the body rather than against it. Similarly, meal timing can influence how digestion feels, especially later in the day, when the body naturally begins to slow down. Temperature is another factor that gets attention in lifestyle health discussions. Very cold drinks with meals, large temperature contrasts, or irregular patterns can sometimes affect how comfortable digestion feels for certain people. These aren't rules or prescriptions, just observations that help explain why one person's experience may be different from another's. Posture is surprisingly important too. Sitting in a way that compresses the abdomen can make it harder for the digestive system to do its job smoothly. Over time, habits like slouching at the table or eating while reclined on a couch can contribute to feelings of pressure or trapped gas. This doesn't mean posture causes digestive issues, but it can influence how sensations are perceived, especially in people who already notice changes with age. What's essential to remember is that digestion is highly individual. Two people can eat the same meal and feel completely different afterward. Genetics, stress levels, sleep quality, physical activity, and even emotional state all play a role. That's why broad awareness matters more than one-size-fits-all explanations. When people understand that variation is normal, it becomes easier to listen to their own bodies without panic or self-blame. Safety and perspective are always important in health conversations. Occasional bloating or discomfort is common, but persistent, worsening, or concerning symptoms should never be ignored. That's where professional guidance matters most. Having open, honest discussions with a healthcare provider can help rule out concerns and provide reassurance based on individual health history. Awareness is meant to empower, not replace medical care. As these topics become more visible in public health discussions, there's also a shift in how aging is talked about. Aging isn't simply a story of decline. It's a process of adaptation. Bodies change, but they're also remarkably resilient. Understanding those changes helps people feel more in control, less anxious, and more connected to their own health journey. If any of this resonates with you, you're not alone. Many people quietly experience these shifts and wonder if others feel the same way. Sharing experiences can be powerful, whether it's in conversations with loved ones or in spaces like this. If you feel comfortable, you can leave a comment about what you've noticed over time. Your perspective might help someone else feel understood. If you find this kind of thoughtful, balanced health discussion helpful, consider liking or sharing the video with someone who might benefit from it. These conversations matter, and they grow stronger when more people are part of them. And as we continue, there's more to explore about how everyday routines, long-term habits, and a better understanding of the body can change the way we think about health moving forward. That's where things really start to come together.